Welcome to Fall of the Samurai, keeping to traditions. So I've got a battle here today that demonstrates what not to do, I guess, would be the best thing, because what not to do with a modern army. Because my opponent here makes a lot of mistakes, and that's mainly the reason why I win. I also wanted to show you this battle because he was kind of a jerk anyways, and I thought it'd be fun to rub my victory in his face, even if he never watches this. So I'm going to do a quick run through of my army. I got 4 Katana Samurai, a Naginata Warrior Monk, a Naginata Samurai, a Yari Samurai, 2 Yari Cav over here, 2 Yari Cav over here, plus a Katana Cav and a Waka Raider by the shrine. So he has 2 Yari Ki here, Armstrong cannons here, a whole slew of Red Bears here, 2 Yari Ki hidden here, and a Royal Marine and Tosa Rifleman also hidden. So first thing, my army, it's not a very good army, don't copy it. I was just doing a bit of experimenting, and as it turns out, this was not a good army. So I immediately start running my army very quickly forward because he has the cannons here, and they have the potential to shred my entire army into pieces. So we both have the same idea with our Cav, and that is to run towards the flanks. You can see he's running his both flanks. I'm doing the same with mine. First thing I'm going to do, I'm actually going to charge his cavalry with mine, because I thought that with my Waka Raiders in support that I would be able to beat his Yari Ki, especially since my guys are better than his to begin with. But you'll soon see that that was not the case. Now, I'm going to show you something here. You just saw 2 of his shots hit the trees. So, first of all, I would never, ever, ever in a million years recommend bringing cannons on a non-offensive siege battle. I think they're a huge waste of money. But if you are, put them in the right spot, because he's just wasting cannons here. He put them behind the trees. I guess he didn't know that they could hit the trees, but please make sure you put them in the right spot if you're going to bring them. So his cavalry somehow beats mine, even though mine was better, and mine got the charge bonus. And actually, same here too. Mine got a downhill charge bonus, but yet his will win, probably because, I guess, I don't know. I mean, I kind of stopped them from charging in. Who knows why they won? I sure don't. But anyways, I was going to originally run around here with my Katana Cav and trying to get to his cannons, but that would not be feasible since they just took a lot of casualties from the hidden Royal Marines here. So instead, I charged my general down, and mistake number 2 with his cannons, he left them completely isolated, no support anywhere to be found near them. So my general has a free pass to get into his cannons. Now he does send his Yari Ki down to help out, but I'm going to get my general out of there quickly. My general will still be able to do a decent amount of damage, I guess. I don't know. He stopped them from firing and gave my infantry quite a bit of time to move forward, so that was the main thing. Yeah, so he begins to run his cav around, as well as move his infantry up, and that is another big mistake. If I were him, you can see his cannons are doing absolutely nothing now, but if I were him, I would have lined my infantry up kind of on, I guess I would have fallen back to this hill here, maybe lined up about right here. Actually is probably the best place. It makes my guys run through open ground and allows them to get shot up really quickly. Instead he chose to ran forward, and that was a mistake. So I charged in my Katana Cav into his right flank. I'm going to charge my infantry into his left flank, give him very little time to shoot. You can see this unit is the only one that actually gets any shots off before most of his units are engaged into a sword fight. And Red Bears are of course going to get torn up any day by sword units. He was going to bring his general around to the flanks, but I noticed it very quickly, and I bring my general around to the flanks to attack his. Since mine is a samurai melee general, his general will get pretty easily beaten since his is a gun melee mix. But I'm just going to continue to push forward and down his lines all the way across him. He's got a lot of units wavering already. What he should be doing is more effectively flanking. He's not doing that right now. So while I'm keeping the pressure on the units that are in melee, he needs to be doing something productive with the ones that are not. But to my fortune, he is not doing that. So I noticed, though, that his Royal Marines are in position to fire, so I'm going to sacrifice these Walker Raiders just to buy enough time for my main blobs over here to finish off his guys here. His general is almost dead. I was able to support with a couple units. My general, I pulled him out. He's still alive, but only has one other bodyguard remaining. So what the Walker Raiders, they do end up getting torn to shreds by the Royal Marines, but they did a good job of distracting, which allowed my blob here to finish off his Tosa Riflemen and Red Bears. These Black Bears here, they now retreated. So once again, I'm gonna basically sacrifice these guys. That wasn't my intention, but it turned out they're just going to keep the attention of the Royal Marines focused on here, while these guys will continue to push forward and try to get into his Royal Marines, which they do. So while these guys do get sacrificed, they keep the attention away from these guys. My general actually retreated, so I was a bit worried that the rest of my guys would retreat. But since I did get his Royal Marines into melee, I was kind of no longer worried, especially since I did have a lot more guys coming, and I would be able to now flank with these katanas after finishing off these Red Bears here. So at this point, the battle will be almost over. The Royal Marines, they are a tough infantry unit, but not even they will be able to stand up to all these samurai. They probably won't even be able to stand up to one katana samurai. But yeah, I was having a bit of trouble controlling these guys. They weren't really listening well. But it doesn't matter. These guys are wavering. Their numbers are dropping very rapidly. And that will be the end of this battle. He actually did us. Never mind. Never mind. Forget what I just said that. But yeah, so at the end of the battle, he called me a lucky fag. I didn't really think I was that lucky in this battle. I think I just took advantage of his mistakes. I kept the pressure on his army, and that is what allowed me to win the battle. So yeah, that's basically what I'm trying to teach here. Keep the pressure on your opponent if you are bringing a traditional army and your opponent has a modern army. If you have a modern army, the most important thing is positioning. You can see that, you saw that his cannons, they were in a very, very bad spot. So they were next to useless. He ran his infantry up to mine, hoping to get shots off, when in reality he should have ran backwards and make my guys run to him. Instead, he just gave my guys less time. Or how do I say this? My guys were able to get to his in a less amount of time. That's what I'm trying to say. So anyways, I'm gonna cut to the unit statistics because I want to show just how certain units did, I guess, especially those cannons, and you'll see what a terrible money return he got on them. Alright, so unit statistics. I had a few samurai units do very well. My Yari samurai got 106 kills. I had this katana samurai get 132 kills. But none of his units were very effective at all, except the Royal Marines. They got 168 kills. Now, these Armstrong guns, which have a lot of experience, so I'm guessing he's probably spent around 2,000 on them. They got 45 kills. Now, that is just a complete waste of Koku, and I hope that it will tempt you not to use cannons if you are going to use modern armies, because they're just not good unless you really know how to use them. They're just not good unless it's an offensive siege, or, like I said, if you know how to use them well. So I'm gonna be uploading more of these. I'm gonna do a lot of experimenting with different armies, different traditional armies, how to beat modern armies with them. I'm probably gonna show battles where I lose to, so not just to help out traditional army users, but also modern army users, even though I don't use them myself. But that's it for now. Hope you enjoyed it, and next battles will be up soon.